Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Fish of Hex. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be doing another rambling video. As usual, I do have a few things that I want to talk about, but you guys know that I'll probably go off on something random before the end of this. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I am exhausted. I ended up going to bed at like 10:30 last night, which is actually pretty early than what I usually do, but I woke up at 3 a.m. wide awake because I don't know, I had stuff running through my mind, so I got up and just took care of a bunch of emails. So if you're one of those people that received a random email at 3 o'clock in the morning, that was probably me, except for those ads and shit about prostitutes. That wasn't me. I'm talking fish-related stuff, so just keep that in mind. And then I had a VA appointment at like 8 o'clock, got a finger in my ass. You know, it's just normal day, normal fucking Thursday. And it was pretty rough. You don't really have conversations with people that do that. It was just a weird day so far. So here we are, 12:30 p.m., and I'm down here making some content for you guys, finally. So with that said, my first topic was kind of inspired from you guys in the comment section. Now, over the last, I would say, month or so, I'm getting kind of a few more of these types of comments, such as, hey, your channel has changed so much over the last few years. It looks, really good. I'm glad that you're making these changes. Another one was, hey, I'm glad that you don't sound like a robot anymore. I really appreciate that. And then my favorite was, hey, I'm glad that you don't suck as much as you used to, which I thought was pretty funny. So it is what it is. I like keeping those comments up, and it's just funny. Some of the shit you guys say is unbelievably dumb, but hey, we're here to all just share in the community. And yeah, so this part of this discussion was kind of based off of that. I want to talk about kind of how I have progressed over the last 4 years of being on this platform, or this creating this content, either way you want to say it. And yes, there's definitely been significant changes. Way back when I started, it was just like monotone robot, and now here we are. I'm going off on stuff all the time. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to compare, for those of you who don't have a YouTube channel, I guess I can just kind of do a hypothetical relationship in contrast to YouTube, just to kind of show you the differences and kind of go through it, and it kind of make it fun as well. Now, when it comes to a relationship, early on, you are on edge. You're trying to not piss off the person. You're trying to tiptoe around and be the best person you can be, and not say anything to offend your new significant other, because you're in the beginning, everything's great, you're happy-go-lucky, and it could be like this forever. Now, that's just like YouTube. When I first started, I was happy-go-lucky. I knew that I had content and information that I wanted to provide. I just had not such a good way of doing it. My camera sucked, my mic sucked, but I knew that I stayed positive, and I tried to cater to everybody and answer everybody's questions and try to do and be what other people wanted me to be. And yeah, it worked out for a while, probably for the first 6 months to a year. And then I kind of started to change a little bit, just like in a relationship. You get 6 months to a year in, you start, tooting around the person. Me, I started doing that like the first week, but maybe you give a little quick Dutch oven before bed, stuff like that. You kind of open up and start being yourself. And it's just, with YouTube, I tried to be myself. I swore on my first couple videos, so I don't know, that's always been there. But I tried to just kind of open up, and I didn't really care what people thought. And I just kept on going and tried to provide better and better content, but I just got a ton of negative feedback. People just didn't like who I was. They didn't like my personality, maybe because it was kind of out of the ordinary compared to other creators within our community. I will say that I am one of a million creators, but I'm the only one who is like this, apparently. But at least from what I'm told. So yeah, I tried to be myself, which you guys see now, but I didn't get a lot of good feedback, mostly negative feedback, tons and tons of dislikes, a lot of hate, a lot of trolls. And yeah, so I dealt with that pretty consistently up until about a year ago, when I just kind of took one of the gloves off out of the two and just said, fuck it, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then piss off. Now, I continue to push through the hate and the negative feedback because there were a lot of people who supported the channel and gave a significant amount of positive feedback, talking about how they like the honesty of the channel, how I don't give two fucks, I'm going to say how it is. And a lot of people find that refreshing, especially those of you who are prior military, prior law enforcement, even active duty, stuff like that, firefighters, stuff like that. A lot of you guys really do appreciate that type of personality, and that's, that's where I come from. That's my background. That's just who I am as a person. And I mean, anybody who ever meets me or even watches this channel for 5 minutes can probably grasp onto that really quickly. And yeah, so I fought through it because I knew that there was a lot of people out there who really appreciated the channel and what I brought. So I just kept going and fought through it up until recently, this January of 2020, when I kind of just took off both gloves and said, you know something, I am going to be who I'm going to be, and if you don't like it, then you might as well leave now, because it's not going to get any better from here. Now, of course, you guys have probably noticed why you don't see any more intros to the videos. You don't see me talking about sponsorships and stuff like that. It's because, well, a lot of people don't like to be part of the channel, and there's only a few companies that are out there, and the ones that I do currently have, I kind of keep them on the back burner a little bit because I don't want to expose them without them knowing that it's a specific video about their products and stuff like that, because you know, there is a lot of hate, and I'm not trying to cause any issues with companies that do currently sponsor and take care of the channel behind the scenes. Now, when it comes to the content, as I mentioned, in 2020, or at least the beginning of this month, I have decided that, you know, both gloves off, I am going to produce as much content as I possibly can, as quickly as I can. I started up the live stream Q&As on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and my goal is to provide as much information as I possibly can and get your guys' questions answered. I started up the membership here on YouTube, and I got like 42 members right now, and I put up a post for a Q&A post every single day, and people put their questions in the comment section. They get answered every day. I do an extra video every week for those people who are on the extra content tier and above. So I'm at the point now where I'm going to support those who support me, and I'm going to provide as much content as I possibly can. Now, I've cut down on the editing, and I've kind of just decided that, hey, if I got something to say, or there's a specific type of content or something that I want to share with you, I'm just going to make the video then. There's no reason to put it on a list anymore and never get to it, because I've been doing that for years. I literally have a list of at least 20 to 30 different things, and I'm just never going to get to them because I'm too busy doing other things, and that's not how I want to do this. If I have something that pops up, then I'm going to make that content, and usually every day I have something going on that I want to share with you. So that's why you guys have seen the influx of videos, and of course, having the live stream takes care of you guys on the spot, and it really helps me interact. One thing I mentioned before is, you know, I'm in therapy, I'm going through the process, and they said that I got to get out there, I got to do things, and I got to try to interact with more people. Now, it doesn't have to be in person, but that live stream really tests my anxiety. It tests my ability to not only be put on the spot, but to also feel comfortable answering questions, knowing that I can't take my words back after I say them. And that's one thing about live stream, is when you say something, it's there forever. You can delete the video all you want, but guess what? People like to screen snip certain things that you say and save them for a later date to throw in your face. So yeah, it happens. Believe me, people do it all the time. So I've learned from the live streams is that, you know, I have a ton of anxiety during it. I'm getting a little bit better. My second one, I was a little bit more calm. Now my third one, I'm hoping is going to get better, and so on and so on. Things will progress as we move forward. But the point is that I love who I am as a person. It's the first time I've said that my entire life. Of course, I have flaws. I'm not the nicest person in the world, but I do my best to provide good karma. Of course, I've made mistakes. I've done things that I regret. Everybody has, but right now, I like my job. I like that I can help hundreds of people every single day. When somebody watches one of my videos, they're looking for information. So when they get the information, they can be successful. I feel like I'm helping them. So I help hundreds of people every single day, if not thousands, and that makes me feel good. And the fact that we can do the reef tanks for veterans, and the fact that all of this comes together to help pay my bills, is all good. Now, of course, the reality of life is that not everything lasts forever, and I understand that. So I'm at the mindset now that I'm going to enjoy this ride while it lasts. I'm going to try to do everything I can do to help people, to build up those karma points and eventually cash them in someday, maybe. But the point is that nothing lasts forever. So enjoy today, because, you know, what happens, you know, I can get hit by a car when I leave the house today to go pick up my kid. I mean, who knows? This could be my very last video. I don't know. And someday, guys, there will be a last video, either because something came up and I'm not going to be creating content anymore, or something happens to me, and then that will be my last video. Hopefully it's a good one and it doesn't make me look like an ass, but you never know. So yeah, I kind of went off on that a little bit, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight on me and how I feel and what my approach is towards this YouTube stuff. Now, with all of that said, let's go ahead and move on to something else. Now, this was not the video that I wanted to upload today. I'm actually finishing up the editing for the Montipora removal that I did yesterday. Now, I did post a couple clips on Instagram, and got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people are confused on what's going on. If you're confused on what's going on, you should look at more of my posts and catch up. You'll figure this shit out as you go. But what's good is I got a lot of fans that follow, and they usually fill in the blanks for me, so I don't really have to do much for the reply. You guys take care of it, and I do appreciate it. I really do. Yeah, so just with that said, the reason why I didn't do that video today is I got to talk to an attorney and figure out how I want to approach this, because the reality is that what I did yesterday, even though it is safe for me because I'm not a fucking idiot, there's a good portion of the population that are fucking idiots. So I need to make sure that when I teach something, that you guys don't do it the wrong way without the proper disclaimers in the video. So if you kill yourself or stick your dick in the Dremel, I am not held responsible for your stupidity. So I need to sit down and talk to an attorney, or at least talk to him on the phone. I got a buddy who takes care of this stuff, so I'll give him a buzz a little bit later and kind of figure out what I need to say at the beginning of the video so I'm not liable for your guys' stupidity. So, and don't get offended if you think I'm calling you stupid, because if you think I'm calling you stupid, you probably are. So just, kind of get over it, all right? Or you can hit the thumbs down button. I don't give a shit. Now, with that said, the removal of the Montipora went very, very well. It took like 10 minutes max. It was awesome. Now, when it comes to this Dremel tool adapter, I have an influx of messages, people asking to buy one or buy the plans to make it themselves. Guys, I can't do that right now. For one, it's not safe enough for the general public to be fucking with. It is not. Also, I don't feel like sharing all my personal information and things like this to people because, I hate to say this, but I share everything, and people steal my ideas. I mean, I got jokers making videos about dosing NO3 and PO4 after they literally just watched and commented on mine, okay? So I know that's just how YouTube is, but the reality is I need to keep some stuff to myself because, well, I need to make a living. And if I could build this and make it something that's going to be usable for the general public and they're going to be able to use it in their system, then of course I want to keep that to myself. But I will give you guys a general rundown and how it worked and how it was set up. And then when it is finalized, whenever the heck that might be, then I will introduce it to you guys in a format that you guys can probably purchase it. Now, I will say that there are definitely flaws with this. It's made of ABS plastic, so that part of it was pretty good, but then some of the tubing I had to hold the actual I guess wire or spinny majigger that spins the blade, if you want to call it that, it just wasn't strong enough, and it made it a little bit of an issue when it came to cutting this. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done to develop this to make it actually suitable for you guys. But yeah, I will show you the process. That Montipora is done with, and some of you guys are saying, oh my god, there's going to be pieces of it floating around the tank, it's going to reproduce and get stuck on another piece of rock and you're going to have it growing everywhere. Guys, that's not going to happen. I've been growing this Montipora since the very beginning. It's one of my first SPS corals. You can see it in the 125. It's literally one of my first SPS, and I've had it for all this time, and it needs a significant chunk or a need to reproduce, or it was scraped off and not enough and it's already got a base layer down to support life. It's not going to reproduce with little pieces or flakes getting on the rock. I've already completely annihilated it from that center left rock structure. You guys are kind of making bets saying it was going to grow back. That bitch is gone. It ain't coming back. And it is not coming back after what I did to it yesterday. It's just not going to happen. Now, on top of that, I did 2 hours of bubble scrubbing, took out 4 filter socks full of junk from bubble scrubbing. I did it again for 2 hours, and on top of that I did a 50-gallon water change after blasting all the rocks and sucking up all the detritus off the bottom of the tank. That Monty has no chance, and I've already put an acro in his place. I got a couple more. I'm going to kind of move around there and see how they work depending on the shading, but yeah, it's done and it's just not coming back. Oh, a scam is calling me. Let's see who this fucker is. Hello?
Hello. Hi, my name is Tom. I'm calling on behalf of Childhood Leukemia Foundation.
Oh, hey, what's up,
Tim? The
team?
foundation is delivering wish baskets to sick children and cancer treatment centers.
Okay.
These contain toys, games, and even a generous gift card.
Okay, Tom, what do you want from me? What's up, man? What can I do for you? Can you hear me? Oh, Tommy boy. Don't tell me you're recording. Oh, go fuck yourself, Tom. Some bitch. Anyways, okay, moving on. I don't even know where the hell I was. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's start over. So yeah, for those of you who are concerned about the Montipora spreading around, it's just not going to happen. Sorry about your luck, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it for the Montipora and the 300. I already mentioned that the lights are coming in from Ecotech to finish off the grow out system. I got the Nero 5 coming for the 40-gallon shallow reef. If I like it, I'm going to get a couple more of them for the grow out system. On top of that, I'm gonna grab the new HD Prime or whatever the hell it's called now for the coral quarantine, which I just filled up last night with 30 gallons of water. And yeah, that's ready to go. The rock will be here tomorrow, which is, I think it's Friday. Yeah, tomorrow will be here, and I'll be able to put the rock in there and cure that rock up real quick and start putting some corals for quarantine. On another note, I will be getting in some bubble tips. Haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with them yet. I might put them in the quarantine tank, or I might get them through quarantine and then have them grow out in my grow out tanks. Haven't decided yet. I got to figure out a way to keep them contained. I do have a basket, but it doesn't get a ton of flow. It's basically one of those planter baskets, and excuse me, and it gets decent flow, but not really enough for the anemone. So I got to figure that out. So those will be back up on the site. I know you guys have been asking for a while, and yeah. Another note: the white clownfish that I originally had in the the 30-gallon. Was it Zeovit system? No, it wasn't Zeovit. It was Trident. I don't know. Whatever the hell that freaking program I did a while ago to start off with that was leaking all over the place. That clownfish just got killed in the 40-gallon last night or the night before. I do have another clown in there. It's been pretty aggressive, and she just ripped all the fins off that little white snowflake clown. So really bummed about that. I was kind of hoping to get her out and get her into those bubble tips so she can, you know, be happy again, because she was hosting the Millipora in there, and I felt so bad for her. So that's not going to happen because she just got nixed. So that sucks. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really think I have anything else to cover. Can't wait to finish fragging the 300. Like I said, when the light's in, we're going to get in there and finish those two rock structures. I definitely got a lot of stuff to pull out and put on frag disc, so I'm excited to get that done. And when it comes to the Millipora, the ST end is just continued on that FishOfHex Millie. So, yep, I'm going to have to nix that and get as much of that saved as I possibly can and put it in the grow out system. So I'm pretty bummed that that's going to be coming out. I checked it this morning, and it just got ran through. That acro is just not holding back, man. It's just freaking going to town. So that Millie is officially done. Not really much I can do about that. So anyways, that's about it for this video. We're 17 minutes in, and yes, there is stock footage that you guys are seeing. It's nothing new because I haven't got around to recording the tank since I've been chopping it up. I'll just kind of wait until I'm completely done. So this is the footage that you guys saw, I think, in my couple videos last week. But anyway, that's about it. I will see you guys later. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more. I do have normal content, so don't worry. You can subscribe and watch that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right, peace.